Welcome to my channel where we cover the lore of video games. We cover all kinds from the mainstream to the indie, so I hope you enjoy your stay, and welcome to the Chronicler of Lore. A representative from Gridania is out in Razad-Han looking for strong fighters to help deal with the blasphemy that's attacking people out in the 12's Wood. They haven't been able to even track the thing down, let alone kill it, so they need a little bit of help. Considering how good the Warrior of Light is in battle, she would be the perfect person to join the fight, and since she has a serious connection to the people of Gridania, she makes her way over to see what she can do to help out. Connie Senna's happy to see that you were the one that answered the call. But since she knows you definitely have other random quests to complete, she immediately gets you up to speed on the current situation. Not long after the blasphemy started to appear in Thavnir, the Gridanians got a report saying that a man whose identity they didn't know transformed into one of the monsters in the middle of the road outside of the city. The thing looked like something out of an old legend, so the people decided to name it Gleipnir. Since it first appeared, it's been randomly popping out of the forest and attacking people, then it disappears again before anyone can fight it. And since it's not leaving any tracks at all, they haven't been able to find it. The elementals want the thing out of the forest, but Connie isn't sure how easy it'll be to kill the thing even if her people manage to find it, mainly because everyone who survived one of Gleipnir's attacks have been poisoned, and no matter how small the cut is that the people get, the poison doesn't take long to kill them. The symptoms that the people are getting reminds Connie Senna of the plague called the Creeping Death that had spread through the 12's Wood a very long time ago. The people who got it would get a rash on their skin that looked like a chain. Then they'd die horribly. They had made a cure out of glim shrooms, but by the time they had made it, a lot of people had died. The people of Gridania still remember how bad it was, and if people keep popping up with those symptoms, it will likely cause a panic. So you need to all figure out where the blasphemy is and whether or not the poison that is spreading is actually the Creeping Death. The problem is none of their magic has done anything to even slow the spread of the poison, so fighting the thing would guarantee that a lot of people would die. Unfortunately, you might not have a choice in the matter, because a call comes in saying that Gleipnir just attacked someone out in the North Shroud. He was gone before the Wood Dwellers could get there, but the man he attacked is still alive for now. They're taking him to Fallgourd Float, so the Warrior of Light and Connie Senna head over there to see if there's anything that can be done for the injured man, and to see if the blasphemy is still in the area. The healer that works in the area has already fixed the man's wounds, but he couldn't do anything about the poison. From the marks he saw on the man's body, he's pretty sure that it really is the Creeping Death. Connie's going to give healing it a try, but before she can do that, someone starts screaming about a swarm of Chigos coming from the east. Those bugs were known for carrying the plague, so them popping up along with the infected man has a good chance of pushing the people over the edge, so Connie sends you off to deal with them while she tries to save the dying man. You see the things attacking a merchant who you saved before he gets chewed on, and it's a good thing that you did because he's actually carrying a cure for the plague with him. He had heard about the sick man and figured that he could both help out and make a little bit of money at the same time. Since the sick guy is a heartbeat away from taking a trip to the upper room, the merchant figures that you have a better chance of getting there than he does, so he gives you the medicine for free so you can take it to the guy. You bring the medicine to Connie, but even though it works fast on the actual Creeping Death, the medicine does less than nothing on whatever the man actually has, and he dies screaming. That makes this situation far worse, because now it's guaranteed that anyone who gets so much as a scratch from the blasphemy will die. The one thing that Connie Senna is sure of after seeing how fast the poison works is that no regular creature would be able to carry and spread a poison so strong, so the pests that would normally spread a plague aren't really anything to be afraid of. That little bit of knowledge should help keep the people from panicking and turning into monsters themselves. But that still leaves the dangerous and difficult task of tracking down Gleipnir and dealing with the monster without dying. The Wood Dwellers have been searching everywhere for the thing, and the best info that they have says the beast is somewhere in the South Shroud. Since it's not likely to just stay there, you all head out there right away to try and catch it. Since Connie's sister Raya is constantly hanging around the area, the Elder Seed Seer figures that her sister might have seen something useful. Raya knows all about Gleipnir since the thing has been killing so many people in the area that it's made them all scared to leave Camp Tranquil. They've even gone so far as to accuse her of neglecting her duties and letting the monster do what it wants when she's supposed to be protecting the people. She wants to see if the elementals can help, but they're not as strong as they used to be, and every time Connie talks to them, they don't sound like they're in the best mental state. They likely won't be again until Gleipnir is gone, which makes them useless when it comes to dealing with the thing, which kinda seems par for the course. The elementals seem to always be in distress when their power could be useful. Raya is pretty sure you'll need them to deal with Gleipnir, so she figures she'll grab her brother and try to calm them down so they can help, while Connie lets the people of Camp Tranquil know that the Seed Seers are working on solving the problem, with the help of the Warrior of Light, of course. Some of the Gridanians were actually debating leaving the area and moving to Ul'dah, which means they've clearly never been to the place, because dealing with a blasphemy is far easier and safer than being a refugee in Ul'dah, or a citizen for that matter. But Connie does manage to convince some of the people to stay calm for long enough to let her handle the situation. Unfortunately, the words of a leader who interacts with her people almost as much as the elementals do aren't all that comforting to the ones who've actually seen Gleipnir and his victims firsthand. The monster had attacked a group of civilians on the road, and while they did get away, one of them got cut. Connie tries to heal one of them, but it doesn't work, and when the man realizes that he's gonna die, he turns into a monster. Seeing him turn makes his friend turn too, and you're forced to put both of them down. Having people die right in front of them right after Connie tried to tell the people that everything would be okay doesn't really do all that much when it comes to lifting spirits, which means more people are now at risk of transforming. Even worse, there are still no signs of Gleipnir, so Connie decides to try to get some help from the elementals after all by talking to the Great One. But calling on him is not as simple as just dialing his number, so she heads off to get what she needs for the ritual while you head back to the city. While she's working on that, things get worse. Gleipnir starts attacking more and more people, which is making more people scared, which causes more of them to turn into blasphemies. To make matters worse, a call comes in saying that the beast is in the middle of a fight with some wood whalers near the guardian tree where the Great One sleeps. If it destroys the tree, that will make getting help from the elementals all but impossible, so you race off to see what you can do. By the time you get there, the soldiers have already turned into monsters, and you're forced to put them down before you can make your way to the guardian tree. The tree hasn't been damaged, so Connie gets started trying to chat with the Great One. It works, but the thing is so scared that contacting it actually hurts Connie. It wants her to get rid of the monster because it's too scared to do anything while it's there, which means the elementals are downright useless. Like, what's the point of having them around if anytime a threat shows up, they're too scared to actually help people deal with it? To make the bad day even worse, Gleipnir shows up in person and you finally get to see the monster. The thing is a behemoth with some extra steps, which makes me wonder how did anyone get just a scratch from the thing? Any attack at all from it would probably remove a body part. Gleipnir charges at the tree, and Connie, proving that she's not nearly as useless as some people might think, puts up a shield to hold off the giant monster. It overpowers her, breaking through the shield and knocking her unconscious, which forces the Warrior of Light to step in to fight it. And because I think your abilities are secretly trying to kill you, the Echo takes over and shows you a vision. You see Asumi Yan telling two young Pajal about their purpose of acting as mediators between the elementals and the races of man. The most skilled Pajal take on the title of Seed Seer and work to protect and guide Gridania through the good times and the bad. Asumi doesn't know which of the two children would be worthy of taking that role, but he thinks they're both capable. However, the girl doesn't want to be a Seed Seer at all. She doesn't even want to be a Pajal. Having the horns would kind of suck, but I don't know too many people who would complain about aging as slowly as they do. Being normal is highly overrated, but that's what the girl wants. The boy, not so much. He likes his horns, and he looks at being a Pajal as a gift that he can use to help people, and he thinks that the little girl, who's actually a young Connie Senna, should look at it the same way. She hadn't thought of it like that since it was forced on her, but she's willing to try. Now this vision must have went by fast, because when the Warrior of Light wakes up, Gleipnir still hasn't attacked. He sees Connie lying on the ground and he recognizes her, which makes him leave because he's obviously the boy that was with her in the vision. She was knocked out when her shield broke, but she wasn't hit by Gleipnir's poison, so a healer should be able to get her back on her feet. Once she's back on her feet and able to talk, maybe finding out who Gleipnir actually is will be enough to help you figure out how to deal with him. And that's where we're going to stop for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Donate if you can, and I'll see you all next time.